Yo YouTube everyone, welcome back to the channel for another rank play video. This time we're in Crimson. I'm going to be showing you how to clutch up in rank play. I'm going to give you guys all the tips and tricks and what I do on a day-to-day basis to get myself to Crimson when playing solo queue. Hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to drop a like. And we're off to an absolute banger start here with a nice little two-piece. I always come to this left side of the map here with an assault rifle because I feel like you just have a lot of kind of sight on over the hill. You can kind of watch the back alley, and overall I think it gives you enough control to kind of set up for that P2 area. So you're going to see us rotate around to P3 here. Great jump shot there. And what I'm noticing straight away when looking back at my own gameplay is that even though I'm using an assault rifle, as I'm approaching gunfights, I'm making sure I jump around the corner just to make sure that if a submachine gun player does push me, I'm ready for the gunfight. I'm not an easy kind of kill to play against. I'm more making sure I'm jumping and, you know, just making sure myself a harder target to hit here. So I'm going to chuck a nade through the tunnel here now. This is really important. I'm looking at the minimap, and what I noticed that this side was free, and what you're going to see is a massive three-piece there, and that's really important. The reason I knew that they were going to come from that side of the map is because my teammate was watching this back alley, as you can see on the minimap. So I thought, okay, what area is empty? I didn't expect three of them to be there, but I was ready for something, and that allowed me to kind of get that positioning off to get the three-piece. Now we're going through, and I'm just going to play my life here with the pistol. I'm going to shoulder back and forth. You can see this gunfight again, something wouldn't really challenge, but you can see that because he wasn't looking at me, I'm just playing my angles, making sure that I get the gunfights where I'm, you know, in a position where I should win the gunfight without taking too much damage. Unfortunately, we do get taken out from behind there. My teammate wasn't covering that angle, but that's all right. 30 seconds left. It's basically an even game going into this P3 here. We're going to go through P2, and sometimes I die like that. Oh my, I thought I turned on him there. But the reason why I dive like that is because I want to basically hit my knees off the ledge. Once you do it correctly, you know, your auto attack sprint resets and you move around the map properly. But unfortunately, I didn't do it properly there, and we just dove out in the open. Great shot there going into this P3. Unfortunately, we do get traded. Nothing much I can do about that, to be honest. It's all about the trade. Sometimes you're going to get a kill and get traded. It's just a part of the game. We spawned towards the P2 area, so I know somebody just got off the hill, right? So I'm going to see if I get the trade. I was a bit wary of him because he just got off the hill. We took him out, and now we're going to watch the middle map. Now, this is really important here. This middle map, they normally spawn in this P2 area, so I'm going to go through, try to get the sounding, or I heard him right there. So what I did is I went for the drop shot, took off the guy off the spawn. That is 3 down now, so my teammates need to be pouncing on the hill. Right here, we need to be playing a lot more aggressive and getting on that hill. You can see they finally pushed the hill. They finally got on there. So once again, I'm going to turn around and watch the tunnel. You can see my thought process in terms of kind of finding the spawns, blocking the spawns, and just seeing exactly where they're coming from. So my teammates broke the hill, so straight away I turn around, try to block that middle area and take them out. You see where I'm spawning here? This is a spawn point, as you can tell. So if you guys are playing how I was on the P3, and you know, you notice they're spawning on the right, they're probably spawning in the tunnel area. So just a little heads up for you guys to realize. Another way for you guys to learn spawns is basically, if you die, right, wherever you spawn, just assume that's a spawn point, and that's where the enemies can spawn in a certain scenario. So that way you can kind of get a bit more familiar with the spawns. But we get a massive kill here on this little back alley head glitch, because, you know, if that guy puts up a trophy system, it would have been a lot more dangerous to push through. So up by 10 points here, approaching the P4. What can we do? I'm going to put a trophy down, try to go prone here. And I mean, there's a few people here, but I'm just going to see if I can, you know, get anything going, try to take out one on the hill. Somehow, some way, we find a way through. Even though he had an SMG in that close range gunfight, we managed to take him out. 45 seconds, that's 4 down. Now, this is a perfect example of what you should do. You should push out the hill here. I actually kind of struggled here getting out the hill, but what I should have done is I should have pushed out the hill a bit earlier. You see, we got terrible timing and we did get taken out. But right there, if I pushed out 5 seconds earlier, I would have been in a fantastic position. To be honest, the reason why I didn't push out is because I had an assault rifle. If I had an SMG right there, or someone's an SMG player, I highly recommend you pushing down green, because you got 4 kills, right? So once you get a 4-piece, what you want to do is push your opponents as back as possible. You want to push them as far away as possible from the hill. So by you playing passive there on the hill, you're allowing the pressure to, you're inviting the pressure onto you. What you want to do is push out the lanes, make it as hard as possible for the opponents to get on the hill. So right, there was a perfect example of pushing out. Again, it depends on the gun you use. We're going to stun check the right. There's a guy actually on this left area, so we're going to use a grenade once again, jump around the corner, and I'm just going to keep jumping back and forward, trying to camera the guy, trying to get some good timing, and somehow we managed to take him out. Again, a lot of these gunfights, we're not really in an advantageous position here, but we're still managing to get the kills because we're jumping, we're cameraing, we're just outmaneuvering our opponent. That's a big 4 down right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the middle area, because I know they're going to be coming from middle. My teammates in a 1v1, and I know they're going to be coming from my right here, so I'm going to wait. I actually hear a lot of footsteps. I'm going to go for the pre-fire, and just like that we get a 2-piece. I'm going to predict the third. We go through and almost take him out, but that was such a good play right there. I heard the footsteps. The reason why I didn't want to wait there was because when they're running, when they're in full flow and you go for the pre-fire, 9 out of 10 times they don't even stop. They end up running into your bullets right there. So that was a perfect example of what to do, when to pre-fire and how to do it, and basically the use of pre-fire and the importance of it. Gonna go around the corner. I didn't even know the opponent was there, but I always do that little check. I always jump around the corner. Again, this game, I think I'm showing you a lot of, a lot of challenges where I'm jumping around corners just to try to camera my opponents. Now, again, because we have an assault rifle, this is definitely more of a submachine gun type of hill. I'm just trying to play my life. I don't really want to be in the hill right now. I want to basically, I want to wait for my teammates and I want to attack it and play aggressive here. So I know he's in the left corner. I'm going to go through. Even if we don't get the kill here, as long as we can help our teammates. And we do a fantastic job of baiting and switching. We go through. We get a 2-piece. The third's in there. We take him out with ease. And just like that, we take control of the hill once again. 40 seconds left. We're going to sit in the hill here. I'm just going for a pre-fire. Really unlucky timing there. I trapped the trophy system. If I carried on the pre-fire, that could have been some time towards us. So you can see like a little decision right there to, to chuck the trophy systems and potentially cost us 30 seconds here and got the opponents back into the game. Time to go through, man. 24 seconds there. We're going to chuck a stun. We're going to chuck a grenade up there. There's a lot of opponents nearby, so we're just going to go for it. If we die, we die at this situation. Going to go through. We know where he is. We're going to go through, try to camera him. Unfortunately, he just got the angle. He's got the better gun. My teammate didn't even get the trade there, even though I did hit him once or twice with the pistol. But that's all right. We still have a 25-second lead. We're set up for the new hill, and this is time to take over. Can we extend the lead? We're about to find out. Now, looking at the minimap, this is really important. What I always do before I set up anywhere is I look at the minimap. The reason why I look at the minimap before I set up is because I want to know where my team's positioned. Because wherever my team's positioned, that will allow me to position myself. There's no point me sitting in a corner where my teammates are all going to be with me. So we kind of go through. Unfortunately, we all lose our gunfights right there. Something you can't really prevent when you're playing solo. You can't really prevent your teammates from losing their gunfights. I could have played a bit more passive and played my life, but that's all right. The guy's behind me, and now it's time to bring out an SMG. There's so many times in this game I've noticed that, we weren't playing aggressive enough. I feel like they just played really aggressive, and they just kept having map control, even though we were having the initial setup. So, in a bit of a blender here, but that's all right. We're going to show you how to get out of the blender, how to survive, and how to clutch up in these important games. So, 145 to 125 right now. Going to go through, make this guy one shot. Miss some shots there, but we take him out. Now, this is really important. While my teammates are fighting for that P7 or whatever it is, we're going to go through to the P1. But instead of going through the middle and, trying to die here, we're going to go through, play our life, and try to take out 1 or 2 enemies in the process. So, you can see we put the dead silence. Going to go through, see if I can catch anyone off guard. Unfortunately, the guy was in the tunnel. Now, looking back at that play, I don't actually like the play from myself. I think I should have went all the way around there. I had the dead silence. I should have went to the right, to the back alley, but instead I went through the middle. I just smacked my teammate in the head with a stun grenade, and just like that, they kind of rotated. They've got the P1 set up. Now, this dark alley, the problem with coming out of dark alley is there's so many angles where your opponents can see you from. But we're going to go through here, see what we can do in the middle of the map. My teammates get taken out. I'm going to take out one, jump through middle, take out the second with some great shots there. So what we did is we took out the first. I assumed they were going to come from the tunnel. Instead of standing there like a duck, I basically went round, made sure I got the angle on them, cameraed them, jumped around, and we took him out. Going to pop the dead silence here because I spot an enemy out in the open. I don't want him to sound on me. Take him out. Now with 20 seconds left, I'm going to be prioritizing the P2 rotation. I know how important the P2 is here. So what I'm going to do is push through. And as I spoke about earlier, you want to make sure you're cutting the enemy lane. So I'm going to go through here. Now this wasn't a good play. This was not a good play. I should have been a bit more passive there because I knew somebody was on the hill. Instead, I kind of got aggressive. I wanted to flank the guy like on P2. And unfortunately, my over-aggressiveness right there really let me down. I can see my opponents got through. My teammates died. And just like that, they're back in the game. We're in an even game here. Very even game. We're playing pretty well, to be honest. A few mistakes here and there, but overall we are playing pretty well. We're going to see if we can close this game out. Now this is really important. While my teammates are fighting for the hill, I'm not even going to help them. I'm going to watch for the overextension. I'm going to watch for the teammates to come through. We take out the guy on the overextension. I'm going to go through. I can't believe I didn't even see that guy on the floor there. Maybe before I jumped in, I should have looked through the window, but that's all right. And just like I say that, my teammates get a massive 3-piece. 30 seconds left. We're down by 10. Can we get back into the game? I get a massive kill in the middle here. 25 seconds left. Now it's all about the P2 rotation. 3 of my teammates are on old. I'm in the middle. Now I can rotate by myself here, or I can watch middle map. I think it's best to rotate here, but the problem is if I die, we're going to be spawning far out here. So I have to be very careful. We do have the dead silence. Unfortunately, they've already rotated. They push through, and just like that, the opponent does come from middle map. Now, a few things to state there. I think, first of all, no matter what I did there, would have been a very difficult situation because no one on my team was rotating. So if you guys are playing as a duo or as a team or even in solo queue, make sure in a situation like that you're prioritizing the rotation. You can see right there I was by myself. It was such a hard gunfight to go to, and that's exactly why we lost it. Gonna go through to the back here because I feel like the back just allows you to kind of open up the lanes, allows you to go through the top, through the side, through the back. So there's a lot of opportunities there. So I go through, I jump up, we take out one, gonna open the window, see where the second is. He's right in front of me. We make him weak, and now what I'm gonna do is reposition. Now we go for the knife, we're gonna reposition there. Now while my teammate goes through the back, I'm gonna go through the front. But again, really important, I'm not gonna push the front right now. I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna watch the overextension. I know there's only one in the hill right now, so now he's by himself. Now I'm gonna go through. Just a perfect example of playing it patient. You see it worked out really well there. We got a massive 2-piece, and now these last 15 seconds should be ours. I mean, if we lost even one of those gunfights right there, this is a complete different game. They're on about 230 and we're on about 210. But you see, we're going to take over, we're going to get the next 10 seconds, and we're just about to take the lead. Now, the reason I use a cruise missile in this situation is because while I'm standing on the scrap, right, while I'm standing on the scrap for another like 5 to 10 seconds, and me essentially being useless, I'd rather use a cruise missile now, so I get some information, get some damage off, and hopefully help the teammates on the hill. But we go through, a minute left on the new hill. It's basically an even game here. We have to go through and see if we can get the trades off. My teammates are get taken down. 40 seconds left. We're going to go through. Nice little drop to take out one. Going to pre-aim the second. I'm just going to go prone, man, because I feel like when you're prone, it's just a lot harder for your opponent to hit you. We get two. We're going to turn around, watch the left alley as my teammate comes in. I know this side's safe now. I'm going to shut the door. Okay, so my teammate just died there. I know someone's coming through, making one shot. We're going to let him challenge me again with a drop shot for the 3-piece and the cruise missile. We might have just saved the game. 2-4-8. And just like that 1 second left on my teammate does go down. Oh, I thought that was over, man. I thought that was over, but 20 seconds left. They've managed to somehow hold on here. Now, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, you know what? I can actually rotate here. They can't win off this hill, so we can set up with a new hard point. I'm going to use a cruise missile to watch the rotation. There's 2 free kills in the middle, but no, the trophy system stops the cruise missile. But the good thing is I know exactly who they are. I'm going to pre-fire the tunnel, but unfortunately, I get absolutely fried. Good shots from that guy, man. But my teammate with a massive trade. 2-4-8 to 2-4-5. I'm literally sprinting here with my knife out. We're going to go through. My teammates get taken out. It's a 1v1 on the hill. I'm going to watch the right. I know exactly where he is. He's coming through the door. We're going to pre-fire him. We're going to take him out. And just like that, we get the win. Dropping 32 kills, carrying the boys in the team, man. Hope you guys did enjoy the video and learn something new. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.